Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, or whatever time you're watching this. I much appreciate it. Welcome back to Darktide. It's about time I used the damn Zealot greatsword. Now, apparently, I feel like a bit of a dumb stinky head, because there are two marks of the greatsword. I don't know what the difference is necessarily in terms of their attack pattern, so we're gonna keep with the Mach X, which just seems fine to me. Although the Mach 2 does look really cool. So I feel a bit dumb. I don't know why. It took me like 2 days to be informed that there were two Machs of the greatsword. But then we're running Relic Blade and we're running Infantry Autogun. We have Overload and Energy Leakage. I don't think Overload or any is that good. I just think it's funny, so that's why I'm kind of taking it. We have Damage to Carapace and Stamina. And then we have Infantry Autogun with Sustained Fire and Speed Load. I think Speed Load's like whatever, but generally like the others options weren't necessarily great either. And we have Max Health, Curios, you know how it do. And then for the talents we have Disdain, Annoying Blood, Purge the Unclean, Restoring Faith, and we have Immolation Grenade. We also have Blood Redemption, right? Yeah. Backstabber, Scourge, Thy Wrath Be Swift, Dance of Death, and we have Until Death, Holy Revenant. Then we have Benediction, Fury of the Faithful, Redoubled Zeal, going to grab Faithful Frenzy. Then we have Sustained Assault, Swift Certainty, Inexorable Judgment, and Inebriate's Poise. I was thinking of maybe swapping for Retributor Stance, but I feel like Inebriate's Poise is better, because that way we just get the funny melee attack, speed, and the damage, so we don't really need I don't think we need the toughness for each spent stack of momentum. Especially because we're running Redoubled Zeal, which is just going to, with Chastise the Wicked, it's going to give us toughness back anyway, so it's whatever. But that is the build. Let's get into a game, shall we? Alrighty, and we're in. And man, the timeline has been on fire the past couple days for numerous things. One big thing you might know is the CEO, or I guess former CEO now, of United Healthcare got kaplowed and got just blasted coming out of just walking through New York. Now, I'm not going to say whether, my opinion on it is don't live your life in a way where someone writes vengeance words on the bullets they used to shoot you in the back. If you're I'm very glad I don't live my way in a life where I haven't put myself in a position where people draw fan art of the guy who murders me. Now, is it bad is murder bad? Yeah, but also one could call it the cycle of karma in a way. If you don't know, United Healthcare has a 30% rejection rate for insurance coverages, and has an AI that rejects 90% of the shit that runs through it. So, do with that what you will. But anyway, okay. I will say there's one more thing. There's a lot of discourse on Twitter about it. And whether people being like, oh, you can't support it, or oh, it's really funny though, which is, it's a little funny. Retrospectively, it's the whole situation's a little goofy in a way. But there are some people who are who would spout "eat the rich," and then when finally one of the rich gets eaten, they're like, no, not like this. I'm like, buddy, what did you expect "eat the rich" to be? It was it was pretty on the nose with what it the intent of that was for, right? And then there's and also another thing of someone brought it up on a tweet, and I thought it was kind of yeah, I'm not gonna say it was profound, but it was definitely I didn't dodge. This guy's beating my ass. My bad, shit, gang. Of talking about the situation of man, a lot of you would be would pretend to be abolitionists but actually wouldn't be, and I'm yeah, that's absolutely true. I think there's a lot of people who would like to think they'd be the white guy against slavery back in the day, and I'd like to think I would be, but I probably wouldn't be. Not that I support slavery now. Wow, I got minced. It's just at the time, it's a lot in my position in time, it's a little it's a fairly privileged take to be like, ah, yes, I am morally superior than to my ancestors. Like, yeah, that's how time works, buddy. I'm probably gonna die here. I'm probably gonna lose my maelstrom streak if I don't lock the fuck in. Also, like, back then, like, the reason why I hold my political opinions I do today is because I'm not going to get political, but for example, I have the benefit of living in a time of info. You know, back in the day, there's no Google, there's no internet. All my shit comes from, like, the pastor and the local news, and that's, you know, that's just whatever that guy knows. So, you know, it's just one of those things. Yeah, just like I think like a lot of people need to come to the realization moment that you know, I think it's a bit of that thing of like it's like a savior complex would be the thing, right? A lot of people have one of those. They're like, oh no, like, you know, fake moral superiority that just translates into like a very large savior complex, which doesn't really, you know, track. It's like you get mad at Twitter over video games. You're not a savior. Like, it's all good, buddy. Speaking of video games, this is a perfect segue. So another tweet I saw today was, I shouldn't have taken that. I only used one grenade, or maybe two. I can't remember. Oh, real fire. I was talking about the tweet said a lot of people don't know what a lolly is anymore. And it was I don't really know what they meant by that, because like the OP is not really the point of my conversation, my next topic of conversation here. But someone quote tweeted it and said, I blame the pornification of this character, and it was Rebecca from Cyberpunk Edgerunners. And first of all, pornification of Rebecca's part of the Mox Club, which is literally a group of prostitutes. She's a prostitute. She literally, in her first time we see her, she, you know, jacks a guy off. Like, you know, she's like a very much an adult character. Like a sexualized adult character. Just because she doesn't have, like, huge bahalalongas flopping around like another anime. It's like, no, it's just like she's literally either was or is part of the Mox, which at some point means that she was a prostitute, and that's okay. Now, I think further in that person's tweet, one, Rebecca always catches strays in this discourse about lollies, because they're always like, oh my god, Rebecca's a lolly from one side, and another side being, like, drawing her as one, and it's like, no, she's not. Media enlightened centrist, no! It's like, leave my goat alone. Leave her alone. She doesn't deserve this. You know, the one thing about the exploding sword thing is I don't really have to worry about my heat bar, because it exploding drops the heat so low already. It's like, whatever, man. But I would, like, unfortunately, like, lolly is one of those things we have not been able to, like, burn out of the cultural zeitgeist, unfortunately. And I don't know why. I think, like, I'm upset. What do you mean that hit me, man? Jesus. I'm not gonna heal that much, unfortunately. Yeah, I gotta be extra careful. I gotta be careful, because I don't want to lose my Maelstrom streak. I'm 3 out of 5. I do not have my thing, because I got scammed. Also gotta be careful with fall damage. Oh, alright, we're good. And it's you know, I'm not gonna get into the whole lolly thing because it's just I just don't want to talk about it anymore. It's just gross. That's my opinion on it. It's like it's pretty obvious why it's gross. And unfortunately, it's just one of those things where so many websites are just not willing to make rules against it. Unfortunately, so it just kind of exists perpetually. But like, you know, at the same time, there's like, you can, it's some weird philosophical thing I'm not getting into. But is there anything else I had? I had something else cooked in my brain. No, I got none. Let's talk about the game, you know. Enough about Twitter. Oh, actually, there's one more funny thing. So the Hawk girl, Haley Wench? It's not Wench, it's like Wecht or something. Or Weich? Anyway, Haley, Miss Hawk herself, did a little silly. She kind of committed what is known as a crime. Now, so essentially she started her own crypto coin, sold a bunch of it, did a funny little reg pull, and like a lot of people lost a lot of money. Which is like, one, why are you buying Hawk coin? First of all, that's a little bit on you. Also, like, once again, I just don't understand crypto. It's like, yes, let's invest in this thing that's definitely worth money. Because it's better than the US dollar, even though its only backing is, in fact, the US dollar. It's like, okay. You know, this is no insult to Haley herself. You know, perhaps she is smart enough to do this and not being reductive. But I have a feeling she didn't do the crypto scam. I have a feeling she's not, you know, coin nifty enough to do a funny little scam like that. So I figured like someone on her team or like got close to her, then like used her like popularity to like make the crypto rug pull thing. Or maybe she actually is smart enough to do it, and perhaps, you know, I'm being reductive of women, and, you know, maybe I should support more women in men's field. That's a Logan Paul joke, if you didn't catch it. Sort of a vague reference to that guy, because he did the funny crypto scam thing. Although a lot of, you know, male influencers have, so. Now, I have a question about the Relic Blade. When it says, for, like, the stuff that more damage based on heat, if I reach my heat, do I still get that damage buff if I go over the max? Or is it just like, oh, it has to be like non-fucked heat? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, I guess I could test it out, but I'd much rather live in mystery and have someone tell me. I'm running at this fucker. Hello, look at me, please. I love the sprint attack on the old greatsword. It's quite good. Oh my goodness, heartburn. I had 3 Hawaiian buns, and carbs give me heartburn. I don't know why. It's a shame, because I love carbs so much. Oh man, I could fuck up a salad right now. I was just thinking about food. I was like, oh, I could murder a salad. A little cucumber, carrot, onion, bell pepper. Ooh. Obviously lettuce. Now, people are always like hating on iceberg lettuce. And I get it. Romaine is like better for you. And maybe like in some ways tastier. But sometimes I want my damn romaine, my iceberg lettuce in my salad, man. I don't want the lettuce to have the I want the lettuce to add crunch. I don't need it to add like flavor. The salad's already healthy enough. And even if it wasn't healthy, I'm already putting ranch on this bitch. So like, you know, if I was concerned about the healthiness of my salad, I wouldn't be putting ranch on it. So, you know. I eat salad to taste good food, not to necessarily be healthy, you know? You know what I'm saying? I staggered my... So weird, like I had like delayed my Chastise the Wicked. God, there's a term for it. Buffered it. I buffered it. I'm gonna, well, rip that guy. I just can't die here. I don't want to die because I have my... I'm in Orc Maelstrom and I don't want to lose my streak, you know? Because I want Orc Storm Survivor because it's like about damn time I have the ASS title. I didn't really care about it before, but then when someone told me it abbreviated to ASS, I really wanted it, you know? I'm steal the rest of this heal while I'm here, might as well, right? Fortunately, the veteran didn't have field improv, which more veterans should take, just consistently, I think, because it's so good. I get it; it's a bit of a point tax for some builds. I get it, but I feel like 99% of the time, field improv is worth it. I'm gonna be real. If anything, just for the grenades, especially in Havoc, where a lot more Ogrins are running grenades, because the rocks are like, yeah, the rocks are good and all. A lot of time you just need to clear out a big amount of enemies in like a short amount of time, and the rock obviously doesn't do that, especially if you're running on the. I think I can get this off. I think so. Sorry, where was I? Oh yeah, Havoc, how like rocks aren't that great in grenade. In fact, there's some builds that the Ogrins are, because a mechanic of Havoc I hate is that it nerfs you. I don't get why it nerfs your HP and your toughness. It's already like hard enough. It's just artificial difficulty at that point, and I hate artificial difficulty. Because, like, natural difficulty is like, okay, Poxhound waves, Mutant waves, got it, you gotta work around these. Okay, there's more specialists. Like, even another layer of artificial difficulties, which is not as bad as the stupid nerf, is because you can, like, do something about it. It actually has a layer of difficulty that, you know, that you can interact with, is Emperor's Fading Light. The toughness, the faster gunners and the toughness grace period being gone, you can take cover. You can use the Psyker's Telekine shield. You can run shield on the Ogrin. You can run Relic Zealot, Shout Veteran, you know, or even like any of the stealth builds, which I've seen quite a bit of success in from people running them in Havoc. I've been literally running nothing but Ogrin and Havoc, because I'm like the only Ogrin playing Havoc, it feels. And Ogrin and Havoc's good. If anything, because he can get reses off in spots where people normally wouldn't be able to necessarily. And he's got like really good like weapons for Havoc, I fear. Like I've been using the heavy stubbers. I'm heavy stubber build. What can I say? I'm getting a bite build. I'm having a treat build, you know? But like if you're running the kickback or the rumbler or even just like the maybe not the ripper gun. The ripper gun kind of falls out a little bit. If I'm a B100. See, if he had field prop, we'd all have grenades. I'm taking the grenades because the veteran not only doesn't have field improv, probably has grenade regen. Took the grenades. I'm not saying murder's the answer. I'm saying it's an option. But yeah, I don't like the nerfing they do in Havoc, because literally if I run anything but Feel No Pain on Ogren, I literally have 0 toughness. I have 45 toughness, and I don't run toughness runes. I run health runes because I think it's more like I like it more. And getting curious is a pain in the ass. I don't have any toughness cures for the Ogren. I'm not even kidding. So it's like, fuck, man. Like, you already have Emperor's Fading Light. Why do I have to have less toughness on top of that? Are you really worried about Psychers not dying to your funny gunners? There's a million other things that'll kill a Psycher. Oh, my sword's not powered. But yeah. I wonder how much damage the explosion does on the old God, I love this thing. Me love big sword. Can't go wrong with it. I don't think the Relic Blade is like the strongest melee weapon, but it's up there. I guess you could consider it the strongest depending on what you're thinking it for. Like Horde Clear, obviously, it's probably the strongest, but like monstrosity killing, it's gotta be the Thunderhammer, right? Heavy Greatsword, up there for one of the stronger Zealot weapons. Rapier, obviously, does 1,000,000 of damage. Oi! Why does getting exploded turn my sword off? These are the real questions we have for society. Oh yeah, I've been using the auto gun because I think I pulled out this gun maybe a few times. It's a good gun. It's good. No complaints about the gun. It's just a solid piece of weaponry overall. It's got good damage, good ammo pick count, good accuracy. Not great damage versus like carapace and stuff, but that's why you have this. It's a power weapon. Slices right through, no problem. Or you can just activate your Chastise the Wicked while you have the gun out, and then you get the armor pin. If this was Havoc, that room that we were just... I don't know why I took that. I had, like, basically full ammo. Monkey see, monkey do moment. If we entered that room on Havoc, that would have been a deadly fucking room. Because all those gunners would have just started immediately, like, obliterating someone. And knowing my luck, it probably would have been me. I missed. Diamantine plasteel. Ooh, more plasteel. I think, is it just plasteel, right? I'm sad. But at the end of the day, it's okay. Still a bit. I don't know why I had Chastise the Wicked left after hitting that guy, but I did. Well, Morrow, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that sentiment you just had. You know, I mean, it would suck having to get a new Valkyrie pilot, but, you know, no harm, no foul. It's just a lightsaber if you think about it. I mean, that's what all power sword weapons are. They're just lightsabers with metal bits. Now, the real question is, what would happen if a lightsaber and a power sword interact with each other? I assume they would be able to, like, block each other. Just the issue is, right, lightsabers don't have... Well, they... Like, so... I mean, once again, the science of lightsabers never been truly explained, at least as far as I'm aware. The veteran has perished again, unfortunately. So, obviously the lightsabers can clash with other lightsabers, but would the physical although, actually no, I guess it would, because we saw in Mandalorian Season 2, when Mando went versus Ahsoka, he had the Beskar Spear. Or someone had a Beskar Spear. I think it was Ahsoka. Well, obviously the Mandalorian's is wearing Beskar. And the lightsaber got stopped on it. So I guess, like, the... if not the metal bit of the sword itself, but I would assume the refractor field around the power sword, or the energy field, whatever you want to call it, would interact with the... I don't know how I didn't get grabbed there, probably thanks to Swift Certainty. Can I stop getting lit the fuck up now? Big heal, Pog. Pairing it with the getting healed after hit with Until Death, you actually get quite a decent heal out of it. Nice little wombo combo. Saying it as if it's revolutionary when it's just kind of a stating a matter-of-fact thing. It's always kind of been the case. I was just mentioning it to mention it, you know. Oh, nope, I want this on. Them giving the Scav Ragers Carapace armor is actually so dirty. But they did nerf the Ragers' combat speed, so it's a little bit of a, you know, thing. It is just, so like, I was playing a game, playing a match, and there was like 6 of those Ragers on me. I was playing Ogre, and I was like, oh, I'll just drop my grenade. All of them lived. I was so sad. I was like, oh, man. I mean, I generally, this is like somewhat related, and perhaps it's a little bit of cope, but I generally think, Jesus Christ, voice crack of the century, eh? I generally think the big friendly grenade needs a bit of a buff, in my most humble opinion. Because I also need some, like, bug fixes, generally. They need to make its explosion go through, like, small objects and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so many times where, like, a slight, in one of my latest videos, there was a slight elevation difference between the grenade and 20 or so enemies, and not a single one of them died to the explosion because of the elevation difference. You know? And imagine if this guy had field improv, that way when the salmon pack goes down, any one of these guys had it, we'd all have our improved grenades back. We'd have 1 million grenades. Riddle me that one, man. I'm saving my damage stim for when the monstrosity shows up. I'm just gonna top up now. Kind of fucked up my aim there, but we got him. Kind of shot that guy in the groin there, but we got him. Hopefully it's a Plague Ogre, not a Beast and Nurgler. Beast and Nurgler? Beast and Nurgle, or... Well, actually, I'd be fine with the Chaos Spawn, too. Just I didn't want it to be a Beast and Nurgle. Where are you, buddy? Also, this weapon's monstrosity damage is quite solid. On the auto gun. The sword does okay too, but the auto gun is definitely the superior. Obviously, because it's an auto gun, right? Whee! Nice. Alright, we're good. That went swimmingly, as they say. Swimmingly. Didn't we have 2 Zealots at the start? Did we have 2 vets? I have a vague feeling of seeing another guy with a Relic Blade, and then he just disappeared, and we got the Zealot. Anyway, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, or don't. I'm not your mother, but you better brush your teeth and have a good one. Bye-bye.